Hi everyone, it's Zoe here and welcome to the first feedback video after week 1 of the 21-day healing program that we're doing now in May 2022. And the theme this time is Dissolve Collective Programming, Connect to the New Earth. And I absolutely love these programs because there's always so many things that are surprising to me and exciting because you never know what's going to happen. And this round, there seems to be a lot of galactic contact. And this appears to be the leading theme for this round. And that really confirms the guidance that I've got that I'm supposed to create a program that prepares us for first contact. That means first contact or open contact with our galactic family, our star families, our star sisters and brothers. So I'm so excited about this program that we're doing now. And as you know, this program aims to deprogram everything that belongs to 3D. It's quite a lot. So in that way, we can just, we can free ourselves from this dimension and we can really step into the new way of being, the new way of living, in alignment with the new upgraded Earth. So yeah, this is so exciting, and I just love this program. Me myself, just a short reflection. These energies that are working through me during this program, especially this round, are very powerful. So I'm quite tired myself, and I just wanted to tell you that. But the energies are really working. I know that. Okay, so I also would like to tell you that we are a lot of people from around the globe. We have participants from Sweden, of course, and Norway and Finland. We also have participants from Romania, England, and Germany, France, the Netherlands, the United States, of course, Canada, and Mexico, and Singapore in Asia, and also South Korea and Australia. So we are scattered around the globe. So I'm very pleased and very happy about that. So in this video, I will shortly go through the first week, what we have been working on, me and the Ascension teams. I will also read some of your reflections, some of your emails that you sent in to me, and something from the Facebook group as well. I will read out to you, and I will also answer some questions that you have. I will also speak about this animal sound that I briefly talked about in the welcome video. And that's the sound of the animal at the end of the meditation, Your Quantum Leap to the New Earth. But I will speak a little bit about that later on in this video. And I'd also like to just touch on my role in the 21-day healing program. I know that there's a lot of people, not a lot of people, but some people during this program this time are new to this program. So just want to give you an overview of my role. I'm like the spider in the web, so to speak, that coordinates the whole process. So like purely logistically. So I have my team that is like the leading team for the whole program, the whole process. And my supervisor, he's from Sirius, and my team is from like the Galactic Federation of Light. So there's different civilizations involved in my team, and also other entities, other beings in my team, and they supervise the whole process, like all the participants, all the other teams. They overlooks the entire process. So I'm functioning as the link between you and the teams and the main leading team, so to speak. Of course, you have direct contact with your teams as well, but I'm serving as a link between the dimensions. And as you know, I'm an energy channel, so I'm channeling and keeping the healing energies and enable the healing to take place, with all the changes, all the upgrades, everything that goes with it. And I receive and integrate the energies for the deprogramming and the reprogrammings, and I hold the energies, so to speak. I channel the energies during the process, and I hold the space to allow this to happen to you. And during these weeks, I'm connected 24/7. So that's why I'm quite tired. And I did this process in April for the Scandinavian audience. So I had about 3 weeks or 4 weeks, 3 weeks in between. And for those of you who are participating afterwards, because I know that we will release this program afterwards as well. I also work for you and during this live program, because the healing doesn't have any space and doesn't have any time. So for those of you who has already started before the program, and for those of you who are doing this program at this time and also in the future, so-called the future, I work for everyone during this period. So that's how I work multi-dimensional in a multi-dimensional way. So now I will go through what we have been working on, me and your teams during this first week. And first off, day one, we did a preparation for the process. So I was instructed to work with a new crystal during this program. And before I just started the Scandinavian program in April, a friend of mine, she opened a crystal shop where I live. So I went there that Saturday, and I just saw this beautiful crystal, this titanium aura quartz, which I'm going to show you right here. It's a beautiful, beautiful crystal. And I was just drawn to it very strongly. And when I started the 21-day healing program the first day, I just picked this crystal up and connected to it. And I understood and I got information that this is to strengthen the connection with the leadership team that I'm working with, and who give me instructions for the program. So it's a wonderful, beautiful crystal to work with, and that really helps me to connect with my team, my Ascension team, my star family. So I have actually bought a bunch of these crystals, a bunch of clusters, and also some of these beautiful pieces. And this is actually mine. So I'm putting that up in the web shop, and hopefully I cannot guarantee for you for you that live outside Sweden if we can deliver to you, but we hope that we can do that. So we're organizing everything. It's quite a lot to organize. So I have a bunch of these crystals, larger ones and smaller ones. So I will put up in the shop as soon as I can. But I just love this crystal, especially this one. I've been working with this crystal during the whole program, and I'll have it with me when I do the healings every day and I connect to the team. And it's a beautiful crystal to work with when connecting with our galactic friends. So that was the first information that I got when I started off the program. And this is also, of course, the crystals also, of course, works as a preparation for first contact as well. So everything is in line with that. So I had a conversation with my team that is assisting throughout this program, and they showed me everyone's crystal chamber on the first day. Up on the mothership. It's like I've been explaining the crystal chamber, the crystal bed before. It's a med bed, sort of like a med bed, but more sophisticated than the physical med bed. Very high tech, very organic and natural. It's not high tech in that sense of unnatural material. And it's very, very structured and in alignment with your soul contracts and everything. And I'll talk about that maybe a little bit later. Anyhow, on day one, your team started by giving you a tour on the mothership for each and every one of you. And this happened on a soul level. So you might not remember this because it's on an energy level. And if you're sleeping during the healing during the healing sessions, you probably don't remember this. But if you don't remember the tour of the mothership, you can just ask them to do it more consciously. You can sit in a meditation, not during the healing sessions, but you afterwards or before a healing session, in between the sessions, you can just ask your team to come and show you on the ship, show you the mothership. And you can sit in the meditation and ask for that tour. So please do that. I truly recommend that. There's a lot of people that have been going around the ship and have got different information from our galactic family. So what I saw, they were showing you like the control room. They were showing you the command bridge where the ship is steered from, and also parts of the laboratories where they conduct their research. They do a lot of DNA research, for example, and reproduction labs where they create babies, and sampling rooms and different other parts. There's a lot of different parts on the ship. So please go and explore and ask for connection. Ask them to show you, because each and every one of us doing this program has one piece of the puzzle, so we can bring it all together so that we can get information that can benefit everyone, even those people who are not doing this program, of course. So then afterwards, they wanted to create more like a safe relationship with you. Your team wanted to create more like a safe relationship with you, and leading you to the crystal chamber where you will be installed. So after the tour, you were installed in the crystal chamber, and they started, of course, the crystal chamber. They were calibrating you and the crystal chamber so that you will work together as a team, you and the crystal chamber. And your sort of like your contracts, your templates for this lifetime, your soul contracts, everything that needs to be reviewed or worked on during this 21-day healing program was sort of quote unquote uploaded into the crystal chamber, so that it contains all the information that can help you during this program. It's very, very high tech. Sometimes it's kind of hard to explain what I see, but it's very, very high tech, very sophisticated. So also that was added to this crystal chamber and the calibration process was that all of your specific programmings that you are now ready to release during this 21-day process were also programmed or installed, uploaded, whatever you want to call it, into the crystal chamber, so that they were doing all the settings for this process on day one. We're still on day one. And also I just want to add, when you're doing the program, once again, you can redo the program, the 21-day healing program, as many times as you want to. I will talk about that during the last feedback video, so you know how it works. So I'm not going to go through that now. But if you're going to redo this program afterwards, the programming that you are ready to release at that time in the future, say in August, if you want to redo the program in August, you will then have different, because you are at a different place in your life, right? Probably you've been doing some work with yourself and developing your personal development, and you've been expanding yourself. So the programming that you are ready to release at that time will be uploaded or into the crystal chamber. So that will be like a new process on that higher level. That's so beautiful about this program, because you can do it as many times as you want to, and you don't have to pay anything. You just pay once. So so that was done on the first day. Your individual setting for the crystal chamber, so that the whole process, the whole schedule is calibrated individually for you. And of course, your team was there the whole time. And after the calibration, that your healing team wanted to come and really introduce themselves to you. And maybe you don't remember this, and that's fine. I'm going to talk about that later if you don't really have a strong connection with your team. And they wanted to present themselves, introduce themselves, so who they are, where they come from, what kind of mission or task they have during this process, what they will do for you, what role they have in the ascension process, because they are also individuals, so they can help you in many different ways. And if you're more used to having connection in these kind of way, like if you're very psychic and are very comfortable working and get information and get messages, you can have a more conscious contact with them and ask them for help with the specific members of your team. You can ask them for different kind of support, because they do different things. And if the same thing here, if you don't remember this, if you don't remember your team introducing themselves, you can sit in the meditation and ask them to do that, so that you will be more conscious during this process, and see if you can meet them, see if you can feel anything, see if you can hear anything or have pictures. We all have different ways for us to receive information, to receive psychic information. A lot of people see, but a lot of people don't see. Maybe you can just feel it, feel their presence, and that's totally fine. And the signals are very subtle. They're not very, like powerful, like someone is actually sitting beside you, like a physical being. Okay, so after that introduction, you were led through the 11th gate to the quote-unquote place. It's not a physical place, but the place of infinite possibilities. And there you were experiencing a sphere of total freedom in the 0 point energy. And some of you made similar journeys before, because this has been a part of the 21-day healing program before. And maybe you were experiencing this in a similar way, or in a different way this time. And this first day was to this journey through the 11th gate and experiencing the 0 point energy, is to really establish the connection, the contact with the 0 point energy, because that's the energy that we are bringing with us during the whole program. We are doing that. We are being in that space of 0 point energy in between the deprogrammings and the reprogrammings, and you already know that. And maybe you can feel already that you've been liberated a little bit from 3D during this first day or first week. And of course, the team, your Ascension team, was with you during this journey through the 11th gate, making you, keeping you safe, quote unquote. It's not a dangerous thing to do, but they are there with you. They're supporting you, and they're helping you. In general, what I've been seeing is that there's a lot of activities on the mothership, and that's, as I said before, it's a preparation for first contact, because that's what we're doing also during this program. And because I've been seeing different rooms for the deprogrammings, different purification processes, different tools that they're using, different energies that they're using to deprogram our system from 3D. So that is very, very exciting. Okay, so now we're talking about day 2. I'm not going to talk about the every day this long, but the first day is always a lot of things going on to set the schedule and everything. So day 2, we were deprogramming untruths. Untruths. So there was this cleansing room, and I saw all the crystal chambers going into this sort of quote unquote cleansing room, one by one. I saw the crystal chambers going like a train, like on a rail, like a railway, going into this cleansing room, and they were working with this strong energy to clear out the untruths. And I could really hear like the sound of steam coming out from these chambers, like if you're boiling water, like different sounds from the crystal chambers. So there was this purification from brainwash, thank God, and mind control that we don't even know that we've been in 3D. So everything that we've learned in this dimension that doesn't belong to the truth, we were cleansing out. Everything that you are ready to let go of, just want to point that out. And of course, our history that we have learned in school, that a lot of untruths there, for example. So there were different stations. I saw different stations where you got different treatments, different cleansing rooms. There was this large cleansing room with different stations in that cleansing room. So, and what does this mean to you after this day, after this session? I would say that this means that you begin to see more and more of the illusion, and you start to see the truth. And I've got some feedback. Don't remember if it was a Swedish group or the English group actually. That said that okay, I'm seeing through the illusion now. I cannot do this anymore. I can not do that anymore because it doesn't feel right. So day number 3, we were programming truths. So universal truths were activated from the energy transmissions, like the healing transmissions and the teachings, and through different teachings. So these energy transmissions took place in the crystal chamber. And what I saw, it looks like the universal truths have been inactivated and sort of encapsulated within us for a very long time. And now it's time to activate them. So with this, our contact with other civilizations, different higher spheres, different dimensions, really we're opening up for larger contact because of this. This is part of the greater truth, like the greater truth. So our universal sisterhood and brotherhood, like our star sisters and brothers, our universal galactic affiliation, I felt a very powerful expansion of my field when doing this, both my own field, energy field, and everyone else's field. And I saw codes. We were placing and entering codes in your energy field, in different nodes in your energy field, energy nodes, so that these universal truths are activated in you over and over again, because this is an ongoing process. We cannot do everything in the same during the same session. So it's like, you're getting these codes and they are activated one by one when you're ready to be activated. I felt also a very strong purification during this process, during this session as well, and a sense of coming home. That was very beautiful. And then, as I said in the beginning of this day, you also received teachings up on the mothership. So there were these energy codes, energy transmissions, and also teachings on the mothership. Teachings about how the universe is structured and the status of the Earth's evolution, the ascension of the Earth, about other civilizations, the Earth's history, our role in the ascension, and the contact with our star sisters and brothers, etc., etc. So there was a lot of teachings going on there on the mothership during this day as well. So both these codes, energy transmissions and energy codes, and the teachings, they were placed latently in your consciousness. So they are inside and outside your field. So, and you get access to them step by step when you go forward in the ascension process. Because as I said, you cannot receive everything at just one moment, during 1 hour, during one session. So they're placed in your field, in your energy field, and they're activated one by one when you are ready to get activated. So day 4, deprogramming separation. That's a huge one. I saw you, of course, in the crystal chambers, and healing of all separation took place along all timelines, all the different like past, quote unquote, past lifetimes, and also future lifetimes. Everything that has to do with separation, the experience of separation from yourself, separation from God, from other people, from everything, separation as a whole. So all of these, I saw them as energy, like wires going from the energy field of the person back to, for example, the 18th century, where something happened, where you felt separated. And there's a lot of cleansing going on here. We had a lot of cleansing to do. So there's this energy wire, this energy thread going from you, from 2 different lifetimes, in this lifetime, other lifetimes, where you have experienced a separation. And there we just unhooked these cords and removed them. We're just unhooking out all the energy wires, all the energy threads going to experiences of separation. So we had quite a lot of things to do. But it was fun. It was really fun. And we were bringing back the energy to us. So, and the experience of separation, that includes the feeling of feeling lonely, not belonging here. And so we were collecting all these cords, all these energy threads. And then we were using all these cords, collecting all these cords for the next day, when we were programming, merging with source. So we were recreating with this energy cords, we were recreating the connection back to God. So we were collecting and gathering all these wires, all these energy threads from separation into one single thick energy cable. And this cable was then connected directly to source. And all in that moment, all the life force could return to your body. And it looked like all the prana, like the life force, life energy, had an opportunity to get into your body. So, and after that, we were working to bring in the energy and establish the energy in your whole body, in all of your cells in your body. So we were working to get that energy out, so it will connect to every part of you. So in this way, your true belonging, your divine true energy, was established in your physical body. It was a very, very beautiful process. And day number 6, we have deprogramming of victimhood, powerlessness, and weakness. So everything that had to do with inferiority and superiority was purified. And that is your ego was purified. And that is the illusion that we are different from each other, that we are but we are the same, and in that way we cannot be victims. We cannot be powerless, because we are coming from the same source. We have all equal access to power if we choose to connect with source, so to speak. So all polarization and all the ego that does not lead you back home were deprogrammed. I saw it like a, I don't know how to explain this, but it's like a seesaw, like a teeter, like a plate, like this, like a balancing plate. If you visualize like a plate, and then you have a round ball underneath that plate, and you're balancing that plate in all directions. And the center point is, of course, in the middle, and that is the original source. But it swings back and forth between extremes, like the polarized, from good and bad and black and white, whatever. So, and then I saw that this, it was going back and forth, and going in between all these polarized areas, and after a while, this plate was just reducing its movement. So the polarization was reduced and not so large, like when you're going very deep. So it was eventually came to total stillness, that plate. And from there we went into the 0 point energy. And that balancing, that going back and forth in between polarities, that was a very important part of the process, because if we're going into neutrality, was required that these extremes or polarizations were brought home and experienced as to the fullest, sort of like scooped up. We're scooping up good, we're scooping up bad, and we're bringing it home. We're bringing it to neutrality, sacred neutrality. So that was also a very beautiful process. And on day 7, we were programming complete sovereignty, inner strength, and power. So getting back into the center of this plate that I was talking about, the total balance of the universe, to being total in alignment and in contact with your soul, your divinity, and fully centered and in integrity. So you were brought home to yourself, and sort of like we were gathering your energy, gathering your soul's energy. So in terms of healing, that we were working to gather all your energy threads also to you and to your center, so you will have all of your energy, all of your soul energy back home, because you've been giving your power away, to not only during this lifetime, during other lifetimes, giving your power away to something else, or someone else to control you, like in society and other, like relatives and things like that. And everything was brought back to you and anchored in you. So we were bringing back your power again to you. So all the times that you've been placing your power in someone else's hands in this or other lifetimes were just brought back to you. So that was a whole week of all the sessions that we did. And now I'll just go through your reflections, your emails, what you have experienced. And first off, my reflection of this process after 1 week, I felt very purified. I felt very uplifted and light and high vibrating. That's how I felt. And also, what came very strongly to me was that it's very important to keep up that pure state, that light, high vibrating state, feeling very clean and pure, and having a pure and cleansed energy field to really not to go back to 3D, because that's we have a tendency to, when we go out, going to work, and that work is typically 3D, and then we are lowering our vibration. And so that was something that came to me very, very strongly, that it's also very important to keep up, that to be able to keep up the vibration is to purify yourself, to cleanse yourself. So that's why I'm setting up a purification program. I'm doing it in Swedish first, so I don't know when it will come out in English, but keep an eye on that in my newsletter. If you're not subscribing to my newsletter, please do. And also, of course, the detox healing program that we're also planning on releasing. More on that later in another video. But anyhow, there were a lot of things going on for you participants. Some recurrent themes that I've seen, and that is many and very intense dreams. And I've been dreaming a lot. I usually dream a lot, but it's been like that for you as well. And both positive emotions, but also very heavy emotions. A lot of purging going on. And please remember that you're doing this for the collective as well. You're not only doing this for yourself. So things that are going on for you might be a recurring theme for you, but also it's not only your baggage. It's also the collective energies that you are cleansing as well for the collective. A lot of people have been feeling more like a lightness and a lot of joy, and some also theme for the purging process has been guilt and shame and fear, because that's huge programmings that are programmed in the 3D reality. Some people also feeling very weird and very strange, losing track of time, track of days, emptiness, memory loss, and jumping between timelines. Some people have been experiencing like, oh, I don't know where I am, dizziness and fatigue, of course. That's a heavy one. And also some people that do not feel that much. And that's also, it's not extremely common, but there are also always some people during these programs that are not feeling that much. And I will talk about that later. So now I will read some of the reflections. Hello, Zoe and company. This first day has been interesting. Metatron announced himself and showed me a symbol. Looked like this. And I can't really show you now because it's similar to an 8, but not really an 8. Made of circles. I saw colors, blue, red, and orange, not the colors I usually see, which are more violet and green. And my spiritual name is Gwen Tara. My primary teachers and guides have been Green Tara and Paramahansa Yogananda. I'm sorry for the pronunciation. I have never felt at home on this planet. Came into a family of strangers, although I did know my mother. And she tried very hard, but my childhood was quite challenging. About the symbol, if you are in the Facebook group, you can maybe take a picture of this symbol and place it there so that other people can see. Recently became aware of the higher octave planet Tara, although I've been aware of several ascended masters throughout my life. No major questions yet. I know you are a being of oneness love. I honor your work. Thank you. Thank you, dear. And the same person emailed once more. Today has been awesome. Went to the room where my crystal is. It is circular with windows all around. The very large crystal in the center. It is multicolored, but when I went in, the energy became more of a rose quartz or even lighter color, Light beings were there and other light beings came in during the meditation. I remained there following the meditation. Following the guided meditation, I called in my Ascension team for reprogramming. Several cat-like beings appeared one at a time, huge beings, a lion, a domestic cat, and a cougar. A nun I knew as a protector when I was 10 also came in during reprogramming. I knew her by the name Sister Delphine. A lot of inner movement, journey inside, and at times a sweeping motion occurred over my body. I'm releasing a lot right now in the bathroom, quite a bit since the process ended. And that is quite common. Just a little note there. You asked what this, I think the symbol yesterday was. It looks like an image of Kabbalah or Tree of Life. Although I don't think I got the whole picture. I don't know how to interpret the feeling I had when Metatron came. I don't have a deep relationship with him. Other Ascended Masters, yes, but not him. Actually not sure who he is. Very powerful work, thank you. Please advise if you feel that I'm off track in some way. Love. Thank you, dear. We're very interesting, and very interesting that you didn't have quite a deep relationship with Metatron before, but maybe you can develop that. There's something here that is something that you can explore. And she also continues in another mail. I also want to share I'm releasing a lot. Very tearful yesterday during reconciling meditation, in the bathroom a lot today. Thinking this is probably normal, but please advise if not. Thank you. Yes, it's very normal. Very, very normal to have this cleansing, so just be with the process. Have a drink a lot of water. A lot of emotions, deep cleansing going on. And another email from the same person. Today's re-emerging with or in source was great. Elephant god Ganesh perhaps was present with so much love. I do feel I'm functioning at a much freer level. Also playing sacred music, mostly Buddhist mantras. Did go online to my regular religious science service, but found it uninteresting. Yes, this was the email that I was thinking about. That when you have been deprogramming untruths and reprogramming truths, you might not be interested in the things that you used to do. I'm aware of body aches now, and I'm still releasing in the bathroom, but not nearly as much as the first 2 days. Wondering if the fibromyalgia, I can't pronounce that, fibromyalgia in Swedish, fibromyalgia is kicking in again. Sorry for my bad pronunciation. Okay, another person writes like this. I had this dream after the second day deprogramming untruths. I was outside in a metro bus station when I saw a motorist signaling a taxi driver that he had something under his car. It was a giant serpent wrapped up in a cord of some kind. The serpent was longer than the car length. A man helped the taxi driver to take him out. I wanted to call 911, but I didn't have my phone with me. Seems to me this has to do with Adam and Eve, the original sin. Can you give me your point of view on this? You can share with no name, please. I never share your names, so don't worry about that. I answered that before about the dream. Well, just my point of view about the serpent, this giant serpent, is that maybe you've been talking about. Maybe you've been hearing someone talking about the Kundalini energy. And that is coiled up or like curled in the sacrum, the back of your spine, like at the lower in the sacrum. It's called the sacrum. It's coiled up there, and when the Kundalini starts to awaken, it will like the serpent in your dream come out and going up your spine to your crown chakra. So that's the picture I got when I was reading about this. But of course, you said something about Adam and Eve, the original sin. Yeah, sure. if of course, if you feel like sit and contemplate and write maybe about this, do a meditation about this. And also you write about your sciatic nerve. I'm anxious to have my sciatic nerve and knee healed. Very confident that it will. Thanks. Love this. Great. Okay. And another person. Dearest Zoe and team, first of all, thank you so much for the beautiful meditations. I appreciate the extra help during this 21-day healing program. Reconciling and honoring 3D is still challenging for me, but it's getting easier as I can be more graceful towards myself the more I understand the significance of my choices and actions of the past. During the first 2 sessions, I experienced gentle energies. It was like coming home, in a place of safety where I could let go of more limitations. During day 3, I was able to identify a major guilt aspect. Great. Which then I was able to put into perspective so that it lost its sting, thus allowing me to move forward. Wow, that's great. I'm aware that it is a great honor to participate in this program, not just on a personal level, but for the collective raising of consciousness. Yes. It is wonderful to be partaking energetically in the global ascension process. During the deprogramming, I often experienced moments of freezing sensations in my body. And when merging with Source, I found myself in the void where some of my female ancestors came and formed a semicircle around me. Wow, that's so beautiful. They bowed and said thank you, and I did the same. And it felt like a mutual honoring. It was a powerful moment, and I felt so much gratitude. During day 6, I went deep, but again, there were moments I experienced extreme cold and nausea. At times, my body felt like it was dissolved and then reassembled. I had a few visuals, particularly a young man's face, very clear, looking sort of scornful, and I held his gaze until he went away. Afterwards, I bathed in purple light. After coming back, I felt exhausted but also energized. What I noticed is that during all the meditations, my heart chakra expands and emanated a warmth and love, with much gratitude and love. Thank you. So beautiful. Love that honoring process with your ancestors. Very, very beautiful. Okay. This is a comment from the Facebook group. And this is a woman who did the Swedish program, 21-day healing program in April. So she's redoing the program. Ship revisit Atlantis and Dragons. After some week of total rest from all galactic meetings on the first day, May 18th, I reunited with part of my team. Again, my primarily Ascension guide, Cameron, welcomed me to the ship and led me to my crystal chamber. I couldn't see my team as clearly as earlier, and they said that this time they have to be more careful with me. I got the information that my team was now slightly changed. I also got the information that on this round I will receive more of the healing and less of astral travel sensations. She's been doing a lot of astral traveling during the program. Okay, I trust them, but so far the astral part is quite huge. Second day, when I received my deprogramming, suddenly I heard, oh no, many times I have heard that, but never been able to figure out from where it comes. Atlantis. Zoe's voice was clear. I heard many names and slightly saw many people, maybe some of you here in this group. Together with Zoe, we did a huge cleansing of Atlantis during its destruction times, preparing for better times to come. I am so grateful that you did this. I wrote that in the Facebook group. I'm so grateful because there's a lot of cleansing that needs to be done in Atlantis, and I think a lot of light workers have been doing that before. And every piece of the puzzle that we can do cleansing this whole trauma that humanity has been through, the more we can raise our vibration. She continues, day 3, on the day when Truths was programmed, I was just brought back from my crystal chamber on the ship. As before, 8 huge angels had worked on me. Back in my sofa at home, I first heard my Qigong master's voice saying, "Those were no angels, only camouflaged as angels." What? My departed mother, one of my guides, confirmed. And then suddenly I saw huge wing strokes coming towards me and 3 huge heads. One of them started to speak. "Yes, we are from much higher dimensions. We can work with you on lowest 9th dimension. And yes, the 9th dimension is okay for you. It's not too high." "What is happening?" I asked. Then I saw myself on a ride, high over the mountains, sitting on the back of a dragon. This was my first encounter with dragons. I even didn't know that I have dragons in my team. Wow, congratulations for having dragons. I have been experiencing some dragons during some light works, um, but not too much. So thank you for sharing that. Very exciting. Okay. Hi, Zoe and team. I have been in most of the 21-day healing programs that you have had, but I feel that this round is very special due to the enormous transformations in terms of energy that this round manifests in us and in the collective. I did the 3 meditations that were included in the 21-day healing package a few days before the actual 21-day healing started. I already experienced a huge transformation from these meditations. When I woke up in the morning, it felt like I was more of energy than a physical body. A very strange feeling, and I got the feeling that this is how it is when you have left the physical body and visit the earth as a soul without a physical body. And yes, I can only confirm that. I did a regression, past life regression, like 10 years, 15 years ago, when I experienced myself dying and leaving my body, and I felt myself in the same way as I am in the body. I felt the same way outside the body, but I didn't have a body. A very strange thing. So I can just confirm your email there. I've had a great session so far. I wear the rose quartz heart during morning heart meditation, and the 533 crystal, this crystal that I'm wearing now here. It's programmed with the golden frequency. You can check that out on my website. And wearing the 533 crystal during the evening when expanding the light meditation before healing hour. Beautiful way to go. I feel a great pressure in the stigmata points in the hands and under the feet. 8 of 10 on the vast scale, like a waterfall. My team and you, Zoe, do a profound job. I've had shivers in the left brain side. I feel deep relief. I have much each day to release. Thank you for the unconditional love and great wisdom you transmit. Thank you, dear. Feel already I am more chill, less stressed, more balanced, tired, but electrically recharged in my soul mission light that I have hidden. The pressure in the stigmata starts in the expansion of light and in the golden frequency of the earth. I have just now stopped going to the crystal temple in earth to the one in the universe. So reckon I'll get used to it. I feel this goes back to Atlantean times and heal my woundings there. That has left me jumpy and suspicious, especially on men, and I only relax when I'm alone at home. Feel I am multidimensional in a world of sleepers, but okay. Another Atlantean, it's beautiful that you're sharing. And she continues, I am more free to stand my ground, and I'm still to have time to process before choosing what to do or not. I even feel the stigmata now on scale 3 of 10. It must mean I have contact with the new earth, golden frequency, and is an indicator. Peace and love. And you have some question marks there with the it must mean that you have contact with the new earth. Yes, of course it can mean that. Yes, if you wanted to ask that. Yes. Okay, I see that the time is running away. So I'm gonna jump to the questions, I think. No, we have another one here that is important. Hello, nothing has happened to me these days. No physical sensations, no visions or conversations, nothing like that. On the first day, I asked the team members to introduce themselves, but I didn't get any answer, so I don't know who are working with me and for me. If the healing still takes place, I don't feel anything, at least in my body. On the contrary, the pain in my right knee is even greater. I have the impression that the patella of the knee is no longer in place, but the saddest thing that happened is that I had a very unpleasant discussion with my daughter. We exchanged messages, and now she doesn't want to talk to us anymore, to her sister, grandmother, father, and me, the mother. She said that she chooses her family, husband and daughter, and my niece. Who knows when I will see them again? I feel numb, stuck, unable to react. I feel emptied of feelings. I'm inert. I will continue the program if I should know anything about what is happening, I would like to know. Thank you. I'm sorry that I don't have any good news to share. It's totally fine. Everyone is having their own process. Some people do have a lot of challenges, and you are so right on track. Thank you for writing in, and you are so right on track, because both that your knee is the pain in your right knee is even greater. That is an indication that the healing is working, because maybe you've heard of this, I don't know what's called in English, but you're getting worse. Like at first you're getting like pains and things like that are getting worse before they can actually heal. So that's totally normal. Nothing strange about that. So please keep it up. And also about your daughter, I'm so sad to hear that she wanted to end your relationship or your contact at this moment. I see this as a part of the process. So if I were you, I would just sit and contemplate what brings up, what is brought up in you when this happens. Can be many different things. Of course, it's sorrow, but it can be many, many different things. And see if you know, or if you can go to a therapist doing a past life regression. There's probably something there. If you can dissolve that memory, that probably includes your daughter in another form, and you can really, dissolve this problem. And there's a lot of other things you can do, but that is my first that first comes to my mind that you can do. So please explore this deeper. Go very deep, because that's how it can be dissolved. And you also write that you don't feel anything, you don't see your team. Also, explore what kind of feelings that brings up to you. Do you have trust issues? Do you trust other people? Do you have to work on your trust? Because sometimes your team doesn't really show themselves to you, because you have to work on your own trust. And maybe you're trusting yourself and trusting that they are here for you. Maybe you're feeling left alone, and you need to work on that feeling. Some people feel like, oh, everyone else is having their team. Everyone else is seeing so much or feeling so much. Oh, they're having these beautiful galactic astral travels and everything like that. But not me. Everyone else is having, but not me. You can also feel that you're very disconnected, that you don't have contact with your team. This, separation issues. So might be many, many different ways to explore why, what feelings does this bring up to you, bring up in you when you don't experience the contact with your team? Because I can assure you, everyone in this group have a team, and they do have contact with you, but it also depends on if you're very used to having psychic contact, if you have worked on your psychic abilities, for example. So that is also one part of this. But please, those of you who are not feeling that much, please go deeper and explore what that triggers in you. I know that there was this person in the Swedish group saying that I'm so jealous. I am so jealous I feel frustrated about, reading all the other people's experiences and extravaganza, going to different planets and things like that. Okay, fine. Sit with that. Sit with that jealousy. Sit with that frustration. And go to the root. Go to the root cause of that. Is it in this lifetime? Is it in other lifetimes? Probably it's both. Maybe several lifetimes. So ask to go to the root. Okay, and there's this other person writing about the guided meditations. Many thanks. Wow, they were so strong, and my brain feels disconnected. My body feels like it is heating up. Absolutely wonderful. And your quantum leap to the new earth is the most beautiful meditation I've ever heard. And merging with your new self, the future, the nature, the wonderful changes in your body, the music, the lyrics, the voice, and the animal with its multifaceted language. So beautiful, euphoric feeling throughout the meditations. And the 0 point energy is wonderful. Thank you so much. And yeah. Okay. So I will go to the questions now. On day 3, programming truths. I dreamed I was working as a secretary. I was a secretary in this lifetime for the mafia. One document leaked out, and I had to rewrite everything that had to keep it in a secret file. I was not happy about that. Would my life be in danger? I don't know if that is a rhetoric question or is an actual question. I don't believe, of course, that your life is in danger, but I assume that is the feeling that you have. So explore that feeling. Explore that feeling that you had also working for the mafia, what that brings up in you, and all the circumstances around this dream. And another dream, when deprogramming separation, my sister wants to buy a big house on the water with a lot of land. For the moment, she can only see it through a telescope. This is a dream. Just reminds me of the visualizations I do to have a lot of money, like her. And as for my health, my knee and sciatic nerves are worst. I can hardly walk. Do you know somebody up there who could heal me? And this is the same person as I mentioned earlier who had problems with her knee. So it's getting worse, even worse. Sometimes, when you have wounds in your legs and your feet, and you cannot walk, or you get sick and you have to lay down. It's an indication that you need to just stop in your life and do an inventory, like an inventory of your life, and just stop and feel into what is working and what is not working in your life. Why is this happening to you? So I would do that. Is there something like what is your lesson in this? What is it that you need to learn about your knee? There's a beautiful process called The Journey by Brandon Bass. The Journey by Brandon Bass that I truly recommend also, where you go into your knee in this case, or your sciatic nerve, and really are going in there and see what's going on, what kind of memories encapsulated in that. That's also one part. So you cannot be healed if you have not learned your lesson. That's like the basic in healing. So that's one part of this. So yes, there's a lot of people that can help you, but if you haven't learned your lesson, you have to go there first. You have to go deep and see what's going on here. Why does this happen? Has it something to do with something that happened during this lifetime, another lifetime? Okay, so another one. Hello, Zoe. I felt a great deal of energy. It's amazing. I've been feeling very dizzy, especially when I am walking up in the morning. I've asked to receive the healing while sleeping and felt a lot of sensations while dreaming, like tingling, vibration, beaming, or just energy covering my body. The day after deprogramming truths, I had a big realization about myself as I felt insecure about my body and talents, and all negative beliefs around that I've let go. Wow, that's beautiful. Congratulations. The meditations have helped me with the dizziness as well as gradual changes in my diet. What else can I do to manage the dizziness? Many thanks. Yeah, the dizziness is kind of, I've had that myself during this past like 5 or 6 months. Comes and goes. What I do is I just, I have to hold myself, in the furniture, and I just sit down and I just focus. Also, taking fresh air helps for me. Um, yeah, and I think I read something about it in the Facebook group, from what I remember, and that you have, as you said here, made some changes in your diet. And I think you had meat before, and then you just quit that for this process. I'm not sure now, but that is a huge thing to do, and I understand that you are and that you're getting dizzy. So it's difficult to advise you for certain things. I can only share what I do myself. I just sit down, try to take it easy, focus like on one object, and try to stabilize myself. Um, so and fresh air. That's how I deal with my dizziness. Hi Zoe. The first week of the 21-day healing program, I had a lot of nightmares during the deprogramming. Nightmares and dreams, more than usual and scarier than usual. Is that normal? Is that releasing something? Please let me know. Thank you. Yes, it's very normal to have a lot of dreams. There's a lot of things going on that you need to purge or that you're releasing. So yes, it's very normal. I know it's not very pleasant to have nightmares. Oof. Dear Zoe and team, I have been experiencing various Ascension symptoms daily for some time now. It's hard to differentiate between these and what I've felt with the week 1 session so far, as ear ringing and tingling sensations are quite usual for me these days. I know it can be quite hard to know what is what during these programs. However, following the deprogramming separation and then the merging with source programming, I was extremely tired and kept napping during the day. Other times, I have been feeling effervescence from inside, as well as tiredness, with which is a strange mix. I'm finding it easy to go into my crystal chamber and melt into the surrounding energies. Great. I feel enveloped by love at all times. Thank you for this, Zoe, and I can tell you your energy is close by. One question regarding the 0 point meditation, is it supposed to be silent for about 8 minutes, or is my recording not working properly? With much love to you all. Yes, it's supposed to be silent. You're not the first one asking that, but I'll say it to everyone if there's someone else who is wondering. You're supposed to be in total silence for just being in that 0 point energy. So that's the purpose of it. So yes, it's supposed to be silent. So it's nothing wrong with your recording. And the same person writes, and actually further to my reactions in regards to the first week, since yesterday I keep breaking out into a smile for no reason. I'm usually happy and enjoy my days, but these smiles are just coming from nowhere. I think it is best described as a sense of excited happiness. Wow, that's beautiful. Okay. Um, yes, and this person is also writing, but still, after the first week healing, uh, nothing has happened yet. My team is not clear as well. Is that normal? Any recommendation? Yes, I've been talking about that earlier, but also see what's going on in your everyday life. That's also an indication that the healing is working through your body and through your emotions. So see what's going on in your everyday life, and see what you're meeting, what kind of situations, what kind of people that you're meeting. Sorry for I'm getting so warm because my lamp is extremely warm. And you also ask, should I do the crystal chamber meditation every day since not connecting with my Ascension team? Don't worry about that. You don't have to do all like the meditations. I know that there's some people, feeling a little bit pressured doing all these meditations, but please don't. Just relax. And your team, they're with you. They are with you. And you can ask them to show themselves more clearly, and ask them to show you a little bit more what you need to work on, or advise you in some kind of way. Let's see what happens. Okay. All right. Yes. Just a little bit about that animal sound. Some of you have already, you have been listening, of course, to that meditation, the last meditation. Oh, what's it called? I'm totally lost now. And when you're connecting to the new earth, and the animal sound is it's a bird, and it's called crane. Maybe you've heard that before. And for those of you who hasn't bought the meditation or got the meditation, I will, in the email and also in the Facebook group, I will post the sound of that animal so you can listen to it. And please just take, when you listen to this meditation, if you listen, and when you listen to this, to the crane sound, sound of the crane, take in the codes that it's transmitting, because it works as a messenger between worlds. That's what I can say now. So just receive these codes. Receive these codes that the crane is bringing to you. Okay, so just very briefly, we've already started the second week, but day 8 we will deprogram mortality and program immortality. We will deprogram social systems and codes and program the free soul in the universe. And we will deprogram fears and anxiety, and we will program love, safety, and trust. And we will also end with a deprogramming of dystopia and depression. So that was it for this week. And I hope you are doing well and taking good care of yourselves. I know that the energies are very, very powerful. As I said in the beginning, I'm feeling the energies very, very strongly in my body. And yeah, so take good care of yourselves. And I see you next week in the next feedback video. So please email me also about your experiences about on the crane, this animal sound, this bird crane. When you listen to it, what do you feel about these codes and everything? So please feedback on that. That would be really interesting to know what you are experiencing. So I see you next week, and take care. Bye-bye. Bye.